The fight over the 14th Amendment split the women's movement asunder. In 1863, at the height of the Civil War, women's rights advocates had suspended their fight and agreed to focus on slave emancipation. Now the war was over, and a large segment of former abolitionists and women's advocates, led by Lucy Stone, Frederick Douglass, and Henry Blackwell, asked women to keep quiet, to wait their turn. Demanding the vote for women would, they agreed, run the risk of depriving the African American, the former slave, of rights that were justly due him. But Stanton and Anthony, Sojourner Truth, and many other women felt betrayed. They declared themselves furious that after fighting for freedom for enslaved peoples, women's rights should be so crassly ignored. Do you believe the African race is composed entirely of males? Stanton asked indignantly. Why shouldn't freed women have the vote too, and along with them, all other women? About a year after the passage of the 14th Amendment, Kansas conducted a referendum on black male suffrage and another at the same time on women's suffrage. Should women be granted the vote? Should black men be granted the vote? The campaign over the two referendums affirmed the bitter split between the former allies for women's rights. Stone campaigned on behalf of the black male vote. Anthony advocated for women's suffrage. Stanton remained at home. The bitter conflict led Lucy Stone to create the American Women's Suffrage Association, which accused Anthony of supporting racist Democrats by putting women's interests ahead of the interests of black men. Stanton and Anthony, retaliating, created the National Women's Suffrage Association. They couldn't understand how Lucy Stone could support a Republican group which was so misogynist. Why should they agree to give one portion of the population a vote and not the other portion? Surely the only possible explanation for that was that Lucy Stone did not fully understand the consequences of her actions. In the early part of the 1870s, we watch as women tested the 14th Amendment, claiming that it protected their right to vote anyway. In retrospect, these efforts appear humorous, but at the time they were deadly serious. In 1872, groups of women here and there went to polling places to cast their ballots. They were given separate boxes to deposit their paper ballots. The boxes were then destroyed. Susan B. Anthony went to the polls near her home in Rochester, refused to leave until her ballot was accepted, and was promptly arrested. In that same year, Victoria Woodhull ran for President of the United States and introduced some further divisions.